my sweet bejesus. And to just think that I was busy still gisting, and then these guys are the earbuds. All right, guys. So we are glad to have you rejoin us on Sunrise right here on Salt Television. I'm still Amaka Izuchukwu and my very beautiful Laura Manze. She's still right here in the house. So thank you, Laura. It's
Amaka,
over to you.
Amaka, you will not kill me. Oh. Thank you very much. Oh. Thank you very much. You know, you're my daughter, and a child is always greater than the parents, which is always our prayer. So you are more beautiful. And thank you for rejoining us back on Sunrise on Salt Television. Yes, it's the talking point segment now. And we are going to be looking at the return of Fubara back to the White House in Rivers State. Okay, so I'm smiling and I'm grinning because we're actually having arguments over, are we transiting back to democracy from, quote, semi-military rule, or is it just we are still maintaining our democracy? So that's what we're still talking about when we came on. But we have somebody who is going to be explaining all that to us. Let us know if he's back to democracy, or the prodigal son returning back to say, Father, I am sorry. Okay, we'll be looking at that transition back and his return back to Rivers House of Assembly. That's the governor of Rivers State, Similaye Fubara, His Excellency Similaye Fubara of Rivers State, who, by the way, we are looking at the next 2 days. He'll be coming back. He's been on transit, so to speak, in the past 5 months and maybe 28 days. Yes, because it was supposed to be 6 months. So before long now, he will be there. Maybe by Wednesday this week, he will be there. So we have Barrister Ekibo Samson, a legal practitioner, to be throwing light on that. Now, Barrister, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now, it's always a pleasure to have you in the house. You're vibrant, and I know Similaye Fubara is one of your men, you know. He's one of your men, as they will put it, right? They say men day, and men day. Now, what do you make of this return? Now, we know that if you can give us a little bit of a background as to what led, in case you are new in Nigeria, you are just tuning in to know that somewhere between these 2 years, we had a transition that took one of the governors elected to say, okay, go and rest a while, let's see if we can bring sanity back to River State. Now, if you can just give us a little background, and then let's see what's next.
Yeah, we'll just use a story to cover what you were saying. A child was enrolled, let's say, Hope High International Secondary School at Abakaliki. And on entering GSS 3, the child maybe did something that caused an uproar in the school. The school, trying to investigate and know what happened, told the police, temporarily, please stay aside. Don't attend to our school. Don't come to our school again. You have to wait. Let us return normalcy to the school. When the guy leaves or the student leaves, that doesn't mean that he has been, expelled from the school. No. We're just asked to temporarily halt coming to school. Now, when everything, is settled, he will return back to school the same way he was suspended. But if it's an expression, that is when you have an issue. Just supposing whether return back to democracy or whatever, this is it. When there is breach in democratic tenets, it will mean suppression of the rule of law and suspending the constitution. You agree with me that in Rivers State, the constitution still works. That is why the courts have been sitting. They have begun pronouncements. They have been attending to your day-to-day activities. NBA working very well. If you are to be a military rule, you won't see any court sitting. You won't even come to say, I no go agree or I will agree. You won't see protests on the street. So it was just a mere suspension to ensure that peace and order returns back to Rivers State, because the major actors, the two arms of government, the two tiers of arms of government, yes, the executive and legislature, didn't agree. And when there is this disagreement, it portends or portrays danger to the remaining, and which is the judiciary, the local government areas and what have you. People will suffer much. So that's what happened. So in Rivers State, what happened was just a miscalculation, wherein the political umpires and gladiators thought they could usurp the power of another, which led to the Supreme Court judgment, which led to the proclamation of the president and the ratification of the National Assembly, leading to the coming on board of EBBC as the sole administrator for Rivers State. That's just a summary.
Okay, but you know that yesterday they had that Thanksgiving service. I mean, EBBC is already gearing up to do the handover as it should be done on Wednesday, though who he hands over to is still something we need to talk about. But it so happened that at that Thanksgiving he said that he has successfully achieved the mandate given to him by President Bola Tinubu in Rivers State, especially as he says he has laid the foundation excuse me, for reconciliation, right? But then some people of a young man who is, I'm going to get his name now, one of the Niger Delta groups is saying, which mandate is she talking about? His mandate was just to come and do the whims and caprices of President Bola Tinubu and the FCT minister, and that is to ensure that they wrest total control of the resources and the people of Rivers State.
You will agree with me that the world we live in, we are told that was created by a mere word of mouth. This world we are, and all both the living and non-living things were created by God by making a speech. You agree with me also that to ignite crisis, you just need to say something that is extraordinary. There are things you utter today that Ebonyi will start boiling. For instance, God forbid, someone will just utter on Facebook that Governor Francis Mufu is now killing every Ebonyi man, especially if you're not from Nizi. Post it and see what will happen. Even though who doesn't know what is happening will agree with you and start, miming, killing other person they perceive to be of a willful stand. And before you know it, there will be total collapse of rule of law. Now, what happened in Rivers State is a self-made injury. The political actors could not guide their mouths. They couldn't guide their actions. I've been speaking about this. It is easier to gift a monkey a cup of water. Collecting the cup back is a problem. You are arming touts, youths, calling them your support group. What happens after that? Power is ephemeral. Just within a twinkle of an eye, you will not be there again. What happens after you're no more there? Can you still use resources to maintain them? The answer is no. So, to your question, there was total collapse of rule of law in Rivers State. Yes. And what the president had was a simple instruction. Go back and return normalcy to Rivers State. And you agree with me that this is the first election conducted in Rivers State that no blood was spilled. This president, that last local election.
Or maybe no blood was reported spilled.
No, not even one. There was harmonization that you will be surprised that APC said, okay, we are taking this place, don't feed the candidate. PDP, we are taking here, don't feed the candidate. And you see it was just like a friendly match, that you don't need to exert much power.
Even though that's not what it's supposed to be in an election.
But I think if we play by the rule, we should be having something like this, a symbiotic, fair play. However,
where I am denied my right to contest,
not actually denied of right, because we still have what we call alternative dispute resolution, which is part of our organic law, wherein if you cannot go this way, let us go this way. What matters is that the interests of both parties are protected. I know where you're coming from. However, there is only a place I can disagree. I've been one of the proponents of de-radicalizing politics. What do I mean by that? Making politics less lucrative. If you put politicians on salary structure like what you have in EBBC or Salt TV, they should be paid the salary Amaka is paid. You see, nobody will want to contest again. If they start paying you the same way they pay the same way they pay.
That's a conversation we'll have another day.
Yes, I know.
Right now we are talking about.
Yes, I'm just telling you
Ubara
why most times there is this quest or to contest for an election of a position because
that's what I'm saying,
they believe they want to enrich themselves.
Barrister, leave that quest.
Yes. So what I'm saying in effect is he has done the mandate given to him.
Okay.
There is no more political violence in River State. I think there is total respect to lay down rules and regulations.
And Wike and Fubara
they have been able to unite, and the major proponents of this issue, disagreement, the Fubara, the Wike, where's the other man in House of Assembly, the Speaker? They have been able to reconcile.
Allegedly reconcile. No,
I won't say allegedly because I've seen them on 3 occasions attending function.
Okay. Let's leave that there. These political functions that they are attending. Now, let's look at the conditions of those return.
Okay.
Now, it was allegedly reported that that Fubara, for him to return back and continue as the governor of River State, that one, he will forego a second term. That's one. Secondly, that he will defect. That's defection or change of party. His party alignment has to change. That's 2. 3, limited role in local government elections, and we saw that it has played out because right now, before he's returning, they have done local government elections, which means that's one is confirmed. Then, removal of certain political appointees and allies. That's 4. And then number 5, payment of outstanding allowances and entitlements. Now, the one that really bothers me of all this is that he will not contest a second term. Is it not an infringement on his fundamental human rights?
My worry about all this is, as a lawyer, I deal with facts, not gossip or insinuations.
It's not gossip. These are from newspapers.
I'm coming. You all know that the Constitution is the organic law of the land. And in Chapter 4 of that Constitution has embedded in the fundamental human rights, including right to freedom of association, right to vote and be voted for. I wouldn't think anything. There should be need for independent candidacy. Wherein you can come and text your weight.
That's where the issue of popularity can now come in.
Yes, I'm coming. Now, because I have disagreed with some decisions of the court on this issue of political party being the vehicle through which any person could ascend to power. Why did I say so? In Celestine Omeha against Rotimi Amechi, the Supreme Court held, and I quote, that the governorship position of River State belongs to PDP, not Omeha. It is the party who knows who the elected. Sorry, that was the tribunal first. It's a party that can appoint who they want to appoint, or they can who they want to elect. It depends on what the party wants. But Supreme Court said no, that you must have campaigned from here to there before you were able to do this. But not in the case of Amechi. In Amechi's own, they even said that Amechi won the primaries, that the party cannot shortchange him. River State Governor Amechi Omeha went to Speaker and said, please, I'm a lawyer. Can you tell me what you meant by the people of River State voting for the party logo, not me, that campaigned from local government to state and everywhere in River State?
Is it the logo that campaigned?
Yes, is it the logo that campaigned? They said, my learned friend, that the law is what it is and nothing more. So what am I trying to say? We need to make a paradigm shift from what should be and the reality. The reality is that is what led to the amendment to the Constitution, wherein they said if you didn't participate in the whole electoral process, you can't benefit from it. That was what I gave that amendment, and they have done it already. In this case now, even if you are laying it, we will continue to rigmarole. With Somatombo in my grandfather's speech, we continue to Somatombo.
Okay, so that was David Lloyd.
Yes, David Lloyd, yes.
Yeah, the APC candidate. So let's talk about, what's his name? EBBC is actually supposed to do his handover
by Wednesday.
By Wednesday, right?
Thursday, yes.
And then some are saying that he has to hand over to the SSG or one other person, so that by Thursday, Siminalayi Fubara can actually take over as governor. And now some people are saying, but that cannot happen until President Tinubu makes the pronouncement that this has been lifted and he's free to return to the office, and the National Assembly follows suit to say he can return to the office. But some people are of the opinion that, I mean, this was a suspension. The time is up. So whether the president says anything or doesn't say anything, that Fubara is free to walk into the Rivers State Government House and assume his position as the governor.
I disagree with the last set of persons saying that Fubara can just walk in and resume. No. You know, the law is right. If you have the power to suspend, you still have the power to recall. Now, the right thing to be done now is for the president, which I believe he will do in the next 48 hours. He will convoke or be heard, you know, bringing back the proclamation he made or making another proclamation wherein he will now suspend the immediacy rule and transmit a letter to the National Assembly. He will do that. The deputy, the speaker, and the House of Assembly members. That is the law. It is not something he did. He derived his power from the Constitution. And the Constitution must be followed strict to sensu. It's not something you just wake up and say, yes, Fubara should go to government house. What if he's killed in the process? He has no power as it stands. That if he's brought in, they should add another 6 months to his tenure. It is not done that way. These are a matter of people trying to poke nose in our faith they know nothing about. And I've said it time without numbers. People should stop practicing law on Facebook or social media. It's not the right thing. Read the law very well. You understand and comprehend what is needed to be done. Not you just making statement. And you know one funny, that is why they brought the Cybercrime Act into force. Because people now say fake, stay fake news, trying to put pieces together. And this can bring war. It can bring crisis. It can bring violence. So the best thing is for them to read the law, which is our common Bible, and see what the law provided.
So you're saying the president has to make a pronouncement?
He will do it. Now, I'm not just saying.
The thing is that the president is not in the country. Some people are of the opinion that the president is not in the country, the National Assembly is on recess. Is that not a smart way to make sure that Fubara doesn't return on Thursday?
He cannot even extend that without that proclamation. He can't even extend the 6 months rule. And there must be a leader in River State. Let me tell you, we have a president, we have a vice president. When there is no president, the vice president does that. It is something as if the president have done it. And I know the vice president is in the country. The Senate president in the country, they can convoke emergency sitting to ensure this is done. They are on recess, yes. And I think the regime today.
Yeah, that's
yes, the recess regime.
All right. Now, going forward, we have looked at and followed all the intricacies, the power plays, and everything that went on in River State. Now, going forward, what would you advocate for coming from Fubara to ensure that his remaining reign is peaceful and that the dividends of democracy is not denied the people of River State? Because at the end of it all, it is about the people.
They say wisdom consists of knowing where and when to stop. As a leader, you should know what to say, when to say it, and where to say it. It is better you're not hard as a leader than being hard wrongly. Do you understand me? It is better you didn't make any utterance at all than saying things that blames will be laid on you. Let him concentrate on the whole delivery of democracy. Let him first and foremost remember that local government is not part of the jurisdiction it's meant to administer.
I don't understand. How do you mean that local government is not part of the jurisdiction?
Good. There exist 3 arms of government, or 3 tiers of government. Sorry, 3 tiers, not arms. I was misquoting that.
3 tiers.
3 tiers. We have the federal government. We have the state government, and we have the local government. We have the exclusive list. We have the legislative list. We have the residual list. This is to show you that there is falsification of this past. Our problem here is that we have this African mentality. Let us make sure that we put our people. Ordinarily, a governor don't have any power to order a railway chairman about. No. The only thing that made them to push them around was because of this joint allocation, which the Speaker has given judgment.
Single treasury
yes,
account.
Exactly. If they severe their allocation now, allow them. Okay, there's something that happened. I wish there is still time. Let me just say something about it. You know, the collection of taxes on rented apartment is not the work of state government. It is the work of local government areas.